Welcome back, everybody. So, I did a run of Torghast for that quest where Bolvar asked me to get some information from the brokers within Torghast. You can see there's a lot of still that off-camera stuff I still need to do. But, more importantly, when I did that run, which was this new wing right here, Skoldus Hall, which Layer 4 is now available, I did that. And you know how some people have been saying that the tank specs do extremely well in Torghast? Yeah, they're not kidding. I went through that as Blood, and it was a much more fun and easier time than it was when I did it as Frost and Unholy, I'll tell you that. So if you're going to do Torghast and you can play the tank spec, by all means do it. I already also did a run of that on my Demon Hunter as Vengeance, the tank spec, and I had also a very fun and easy time as well. So, yeah. So I did that. I got the achievement. I took down that one guy you saw me struggle with, you know, the big abomination that had the stacks. You saw how I died a few times? I didn't die once. That was a much easier fight as Blood than it was as Frost. So I ended up getting the power from that, which was this, which has to do with Obliterate. But more importantly, I turned in the stuff from the two brokers to Bolvar, and he said this. He studied the objects you acquired from the brokers in Torghast. I sense Lady Proudmoore's magic upon this debris, and these notes describe methods to contain her power. He then focuses on the items, peering into the darkness. By the light, they are tormenting her with white-hot fires. Though her will is strong, there is only so much any mortal can endure. I will modify Venari's attuned shard using the items you returned. You must find her before it is too late. So we went through this wayfinder to find and save Bane. Now we're going to go find and save Jaina. So who's up for another run in Torghast? Let's see what I get this time.
Souls here are forced to burn, smelted into raw material for the jailer's vile creations.
Yeah, let's go with this one.
I'm out of range.
Shockwave.
I am sorry. But you guys do give me a nice buff, increasing my haste and critical damage and healing. And it keeps stacking by 10% and goes on for a few minutes. But at the same time, I probably should consider building up the other buff, considering that lasts for the entire run, so... You know what? Get over here. Ooh, gotta watch out for those. Those things are nasty.
I need to get closer.
Oh my gosh, these things are going down so easily. Now, it could be because my item level is 171 right now, which, from what I understand, that's essentially as high I can go when it comes to heroic dungeons. Like, my next step is to trying to get to Mythic 0 dungeons. Let's do that. Using Lichborn just sends out death coils. I like the reduced cooldown dancing rune weapon, but... I think that because this is a story Torghast, it's gonna naturally feel easier compared to, you know, if I was doing... Because the other one I just did, that was a little tougher than how this is going right now. Only a little bit, though, because, well, I'm blood. Like really testing it out after hearing people go, man, Torghast with a tank is so much easier. So I was like, okay, let me try this out. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely easier. Ah, yeah. Plaguebringer. Alright, I'm gonna free you this time. Alright, so yeah. 1%, but of course, the more I get, it stacks. Plus, it stays for the entire run as opposed to just 3 minutes. So. Hang in there, Jaina. I'm on my way. Now, I know some people hate Jaina. But as others have also said, that, you know, that's partly because a lot of people don't know the entire story. They thought, oh, she just went crazy on her own. No. If you see the entire story from both sides, you can clearly see what's going on. Ooh. I do like that. Yeah, this little mist makes things kind of interesting. I can pull this entire room, and I have, like, no issues with that. I'm like, yep, pull everything. And then slappy hands! And then spread blood planet disease. You see what I mean? No worries. Oh, and more critical damage and healing. Yes, please. I've heard some people say they think Torghast is incredibly boring. I'm sorry, I don't find myself being bored when I have this kind of gameplay at all. This is a lot of fun for me. Ooh, there was another one here I missed somehow. Oh, did I not pick it up somehow? I guess not. I keep trying to find out about this cutscene that I found out about that involves Anduin and Sylvanas, and I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to just simply pull it up on YouTube and tell you my reaction to it, but at the same time, I'd rather just find it in the game because, as I have found out, there's a cutscene that plays when you turn in 15 memories to the Rune Carver. And people, when they first looked at it, it was clearly bugged because it was supposed to have something that the Rune Carver was looking at, and there was nothing there. Now I've been seeing a new version of it where you can see the jailer and him being looked at by the Rune Carver. So that told me, okay, people were seeing this other version that wasn't entirely working right. Now, I'm not saying that the Sylvanas Anduin cutscene wasn't playing right, but at the same time, Blizzard hasn't officially added that to, at least I don't think they've officially added that to their Warcraft channel. That's been on other people's YouTube channels. And I'd rather use them from Warcraft's official channel. I don't know why I keep getting this when Death Knights don't have a jump. I don't get that. Slappy hands. Hey, over here. Hey, over here. I imagine these story runs of Torghast, like, you know, the one for Bane and this one, are, you know, designed to be a little easier because they're for the story, as opposed to some of the regular Torghast runs. So if you think I'm taking these down a bit too easy, I'm pretty sure it's designed that way compared to the other ones, which are not really meant to be this easy. Now, yes, I do have decent gear on this character, 171, as you can see. But at the same time, I would find it much more plausible to believe that this is designed to be easier because it's part of the story, as opposed to a regular Torghast run. That I'm pretty sure this would be like a layer 1 Torghast, as opposed to a layer 4 or higher. That's just my guess. Such a great way to clear out those pots. By the way, I did tank a heroic the other side. It was a successful run. That's actually where I was able to get this two-handed right here. I know it's got the wrong enchantment on it. You know, I was using Frost and I forgot to put a different enchantment for blood on this one before I did this, so... Alright, you. Get over here! Nope. I'll choke you to death. Icebound Fortitude unleashes an ancient drake, freezing all nearby enemies for 7 seconds and dealing 4,500 frost damage. Wow, I've never had that. I'm gonna take that just to see what it looks like. Not to mention that that seems to also be amazing. There's also no other specific debuff for these. I hate that one where it's like, hey, when you're out of combat, something hunts you down. I hate that. There's something wrong with these brokers if he sees they are locked up here and he's not even bothering saving them.
Services for sale.
You always grab one of those first. Some of these are getting pretty good now. With that upgrade I got anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and stack that.
Until our next transaction.
Tasma, also take this, please. Now I can use this to getting something else. I can't get that, though. Let's go and do that. Make my anti-magic shell even better. Reduce the cooldown by 20 seconds. Okay. now 8%. I'm also very used to hearing the rune carver go, "You are hunted. Be wary."
Shockwave.
140 cooldown now. There are times I do forget to keep that active. Uh-oh. Jumping! Oh boy. Oh gosh. I don't know about you, but graphically, this is causing some issues. Like, especially lag-wise. This room. Look at this effect. Liz, I think you need to touch up this visual effect here. This seems like it needs to be worked on. Like, visually, it doesn't look all that great. Ooh, phylacteries have a chance to contain a rune. Fix your weapon. Ah! I can get more of my runes! So in the last run I did, I found that power, and I had, like, almost every one of those runes that Death Knights can apply to their weapons. Like, all of them. You know how we can only basically have one rune per weapon? Imagine having every rune active. Oh boy. Okay. And again, this isn't... this is one of those times I'm like, oh, I wish I was on my Demon Hunter. Because double jump would make this a non-issue. Aha! Now I have Rune of the Apocalypse.
You are hunted. Be wary.
There it is. Sure thing, Rune Carver. I'll keep my eyes open. Alright. Aha. A suppressor. Oh! It just, like, is above him. That's great. Aha. Immune to silence and erupts. Yes. More mastery. Yes. Alright, I'll free them from now on. Like, the other option is a temporary buff. It's a really nice buff, but it's temporary. Only 3 minutes. Like, I would only want to do that, like, before a really tough battle. Otherwise, just free them so that way you can have that buff just stacking for the entire run.
Interrupt.
Okay, so he's taking a bit longer to kill, but he still won't be that much of an issue. during Vampiric Blood, in this case, your size... Oh, this is a huge buff. Now, I do love this one right here. But I tried this out in the last run. It was awesome. Look at that. Your strength, your size, and your stamina are all increased by 50%, while Vampiric Blood is active, which lasts for 12 seconds. Ooh. It was a really nice buff to have. So I may not be benefiting from the legendary I made, which, you know, is specifically for Frost. Well, so, but it feels like I don't really need it. And I'm not talking about this run in particular, I'm talking about, you know, based on the last run I did, which was a Layer 4, you know, Scaldus Halls. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily by design, if that's working as intended, as we, you know, tend to, you know, usually refer these things to jokingly when it comes to the stuff by, you know, by Blizzard, where we're like, we think this thing is broken or overpowered, and they're like, no, 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 it's working as intended. This is the only thing that really hurts, are those things right there. So let's see. Now I've got Stone Skin Gargoyle, yes! Oh no, I lost health. Look at that, though. I got it right back.
Shockwave.
You know, because I, of course, am playing Blood. So that's not really an issue. That's why I thought it was fun. I was playing a Blood DK while going up against Hakar in the other side. Because he's the lower of Blood, but I'm a Blood DK. I'm like, okay, you know, dude, I hope you realize you've met your match. Because think about it. Wouldn't Blood DKs be an excellent match for Hakar? Sometimes I completely forget to refresh this. Because I also love the power that makes it where it's like it only lasts 15 seconds, but it does a massive...
Hunted, be wary.
A massive explosion.
Shockwave.
That does lots of damage. Abilities like Howling Blast and Blood Boil are so good for getting those pots. Aha! There he is. Look at that. Vampiric Blood and I got big. A zone of some power nearby. The player may collect this to gain damage and healing done and movement speed for 10 seconds. Chance to cause you to fade away, reducing your threat while you are under this factor. Let's go with this. Haste is increased by 25% by your nature damage and healing. Nah. Gain the rapid decomposition talent. So I had consumption. This is now your blood plague and death and decay deal damage 15% more often. Additionally, your blood plague leeches 50% more health. Yes! You can see why blood decays are really strong in a place like this.
Shock wave. Shock wave. Shock wave.
More versatility. Very nice. I'll take it. Again, those things, those are like the only things that are like really, really harmful in runs like this. Because you can't really stop them. They just kind of keep on going. It's like, well, nothing much I can do. Now, what is going on in this little portion here? Molten Fury. Aha. So that's why this place is so hot. Although, look at this ice. Clearly, this may have to do with Jaina. Next floor. She should be on the next floor. Okay. Reduce the cooldown of Mind Freeze. Yes. I do not have a well-fed
place I saw when I peered into Torghast. Lady Proudmoore is near.
I'll be with you in a second, Jaina, but first I need to eat. I need a bite to eat. I need to make sure I get my well-fed buff where I regen health. Like every 5 seconds. There we go. Alright, I believe a broker should be nearby to help me prepare to save Jaina. Yep, more ice. Clearly Miss Proudmoore's work. Aha! Tractus, the Icebreaker. Really?
May I tempt you with my wares?
Let us see. What do you have? Lasts longer and reduces spell damage. You know what? Why not?
Your patronage is always appreciated.
Huh. Yeah, let's just go with this one. Alright, here we go.
Run. Interrupt. Run.
Jaina, she's in there.
Enough of this!
Interrupt.
How many times must I defeat you?
Thanks, Jaina.
What's this? Another one of your games, I suppose. Tormenting me with the vision of this Horde champion. To aid me? Or were you hoping to see a fight?
Jaina,
No
calm
doubt
down.
you want me to think this portal is a way out, when in truth it leads deeper into this accursed tower. But what choice do I have except to try? Wait, it's really you, isn't it? Yes, I saw you use the Waystone to escape. It seems so long ago. If I attune my teleportation spell to your ability to leave the maw, I can finally be free of this place. Unless this is just the cruelest trick of all.
Oh, gosh. She sounds like she has been through, like, I don't even want to think about what kind of torture they put her through to make her have that line of thinking. Where she wasn't even sure if I was even real. Or if I was just a hallucination. Or a trick to play games with her. Which can be another form of torture. Poor Jaina. And I imagine Thrall and Anduin are going through the same type of treatment. We've got to save them all. I need to get back to Oribos. I need to let Bolvar know, but I also want to check on Jaina. I want to make sure she's okay. That did not sound like someone who is okay. That sounds like someone who has been through maybe weeks or even months of torture.
Going to kill today?
Like Bolvar said, there's only so much someone can endure. I mean, Bane has still been sitting here trying to recover. Jaina?
A long road lies before us.
It will take me some time to recover from what happened in Torghast. I do not wish to speak of it further. I understand.
Control your power.
What
Or
news?
it will control you.
2 of Azeroth's architects of peace have been recovered. 2 remain captive.
The balance must be restored.
Bane! Thank the light you're alive!
It is good to see you safe, Jaina. Though my wounds are healing, I confess the horrors of the Maw still haunt me.
I understand. Any news of Anduin and Thrall? We need to return to Torghast and...
With respect, Lady Proudmoore, you need to recover your strength. Let the Mawwalker resume the search for the others.
Wise words, High Lord. I trust your judgment. I am in your debt, champion. Though we've been on opposite sides in the past, we now face a common enemy.
I mean, haven't we done so before, Jaina? I'm sure she'll, of course, see something different when I do this on my Demon Hunter on the Alliance. Which, by the way, I found out that Blansamdi does say something to you differently if you're on an Alliance character. He'll say something like, "Hero, so, no hard feelings about that little disagreement we had in Zuldazar?" You know, just a cool little change in dialogue there, so. But yeah, 2 down, 2 to go. We've saved Bane and Jaina. Hopefully soon we'll be able to save Thrall and Anduin. Like I said, I don't know how I can be able to actually trigger the cutscene that involves Sylvanas and Anduin, and them having a certain conversation. I want to show it on camera and talk about it, but I don't know where to find it in the game, so I don't know. Anyways, as you can see, I gotta go back to the mall, because I still have to go do this thing here to help out with the Force of Perdition for this thing for Venari. I also have a couple of days to do, and I have another Wing and Torghast still to do to get that legendary. So, yeah, still some more off-camera work to do. So, anyways, stay tuned.